And hello again, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Frazier and Dieter's Business Beat. I'm John Ray, alongside, no, not Roger Lesby, Donna Beatty. Donna, welcome.
Thank you. I was just sitting here thinking you and Roger must have trained me well enough because I get to do solo today.
I know. Well, I think you were a natural the first time you came in. So, but it's a pleasure to have you here, and hopefully the season hasn't officially started.
No.
But it's started, right?
It's always started.
It's always going. So hopefully you have a good season this year.
Thank you.
Yeah, all best wishes for that. Folks, we got a great guest that Donna has invited today. David Marsden is with us, and David is with Advanced Merch.
Hey, thank you, John.
David,
Yes.
So let's talk about Advanced Merch. I almost completed that word at the end there, merch, but go ahead and explain your business and how you're serving folks out there.
Merch is the cool way to say merchandise these days. So we've got my brother Chris and I are the co-owners. We started back in 2004, and we provide customized apparel and promotional items for small businesses and brands. And then we also help those companies with fulfillment and merchandising. The fulfillment part is really popular right now because everyone's from home and they're ordering online. So we stock and ship for our clients as well.
Talk a little bit about your backstory. I mean, first of all, two brothers working together. How does that work? And
two brothers working together has been fantastic, actually.
Okay, well, and since he's not here, you can tell us all his secrets, right? but talk a little bit about just your backstory and why promotional products. What lights you guys up about that particular sector?
So we started back in 2004. My brother Chris originally started working with my parents at a ice cream franchise called Brewster's, and he was helping out with that while I was in college at the University of Georgia. Surprisingly, he went to Georgia Tech, but we have been together and working together well for over 15 years. And so 2004 came out. I graduated, wanted to go to a big corporate company. I was working for General Mills, the cereal company. And at that time, my brother Chris was looking for to do something more than just the Brewster's ice cream franchise. So I got with my dad, we got with a business broker and looked and said, what can we do? What's available out there? They came upon Advanced Embroidery was the name at the time, and looked at everything, saw it, and he called me and said, hey, David, I think we can make this thing work. And I said, I've got a really good job, good pay. I don't want to leave. And then we talked about it some more, switched around and said, all right, I'm going to jump on board, and never looked back since. We've been super busy since day one. It started with Chris and I doing everything. So we knew how to make the products, sell the products, follow up with accounting and payables and all that stuff. So we did it all and grew it from the ground up. And it was just one of those bootstrap stories where we were both young and in our 20s and working 16, 18-hour days, and then just eventually grew as we could handle. And as we grew, we would hire additional folks. And now 15 years later, we're up to 10 employees and growing still every year, and just really enjoying helping our clients grow.
Wow. You said something there that I think's an advice point, where you're looking to buy a business. You're looking at a lot of different options out there. Give advice to folks that are looking to buy a business, particularly when you're young, and maybe you don't have the same experience of looking at businesses the way everyone else does.
I would say when you're looking to buy a business, I don't really think it matters what business it is. You have to be prepared to do everything. I have to be ready to take out the trash. I have to be ready to figure out how my product is made or sold, or how to procure it. I have to figure out how
Prepare the sales tax reports.
Prepare the sales tax reports. I mean, you have to learn through all of those things, because if you don't know how to do everything, you can't teach the person that you hire how to do it and be able to trust them. So whether that's us making a T-shirt or a pen or a coffee mug, or if we were electricians, I still have to know how to do everything. And I think that's what's super important. You got to go all in and really envelop yourself in the entire business. You can't say, I don't do that. You've got to be able to get out there and work your hardest to make it grow and to learn it all.
Wow. So there's something here in the show notes that it stands out for me. It says Advanced Merch is a shop of wonders. Talk about that.
So that's a kind way of our graphic artist to describe our business. We are a shop of wonders because, especially right now with the way the supply chain is we make our clients' ideas come to life. So we have to figure out, what are you trying to sell, or what are you trying to outfit on your team? And we've got to do the research and find out what's going to fit best for that client. So for instance, we had one of our larger clients is the Diane Fossey Gorilla Fund. So we run their online store, and they're based out of the Atlanta Zoo. And so they have an online store that they sell items on. And we fulfill a decent number of orders per week. They do a good job on social media promoting it. And I believe it was in March of 2021, around the NCAA basketball tournament, they got picked up. Something went viral on Reddit. And we're close with our client. So I have her cell phone number, and we were talking during the basketball. She texted me and said, "Hey, just want to let you know, can you turn our store on to oversell? Because it looks like we're going to be on this Reddit thread, and people seem to be interested, so I'll make sure that we have enough stuff for them to buy." So I said, "Yeah, it's no problem. Generally, I don't like to do that because I don't want to sell what we don't have, but we can do that." So it turns out we're talking during, and the Reddit thread goes from 10,000 comments to 20,000 comments to 30,000 comments to 50,000 and it ends up blowing up. They sold a ton of stuff over that weekend. We got with her. We got all the additional inventory that she needed to sell and fulfill those orders. And then that's where we said to her, "Hey, we've got an opportunity here. You've got a huge audience that's looking right now." And in reading the Reddit threads, everyone was talking about the same thing. They were always saying, "Apes strong together." So we got with our graphic artists and our team and said, "What about doing a t-shirt that says Apes strong together on it?" And they liked the idea. They said, let's work out the design. We work out the design. So this was original on a Monday. So by Wednesday, we had the design finalized, got it back to them in a way that they could advertise on their promotional or on their social media platform. We put it up on Thursday. On Friday, they had over 25,000 orders in 24 hours.
Holy Moses. So
that was huge.
Yeah. Yeah. To say the least. So I guess people look at you from the outside and say, "Oh, this business does graphic design or what have you." I mean, but you're really tight with your customers that you're really thinking of ways to help them expand what they're doing in a way that benefits, of course, both of you.
Oh, correct. Yeah, we're beyond just promotional products and t-shirts that are printed on. We're consultants to our customers. We want to help them and say, "Hey, have you considered selling?" Maybe they're selling t-shirts, and we say, "Hey, have you considered selling a hat?" And say, "These are the really popular hats at the time," or things like that.
Sounds like to me that you're actually into helping them brand their product too, right?
Correct.
So you come up with, you make suggestions to them on what will help sell, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. So we have clients that are brands themselves, and we have clients that are a traditional company that needs to uniform their employees. And it's not always just, "Oh, you need a t-shirt. Here's a Gildan boxy tee. Everyone wears it. It's fine." You want to talk to them and if we have a landscape client, we need to tell them, "Hey, they make moisture wicking t-shirts or long sleeve t-shirts that your guys are going to like better. They're going to wear them more often on the site. So then when people are driving by, they see, look at that whole team. They all look exactly the same and they're all in uniform." Or if it's a brand, we can say, hey, you can sell a basic t-shirt, or you can spend a little bit more money and get a really high quality piece that you can be proud to put your name on and resell it to your client.
So I'm going to just take a step back. So I started with advanced merch, which back in the day was advanced embroidery and screen printing. And I actually helped negotiate the deal where the boys bought their dad out of this business. So
Okay.
we've been with Ground One, and
Wow.
sometimes it hurts my feelings, but it's so true. He calls me a second mom.
This is true.
It is true. But I do. And I have a lot of really great clients, but these guys are really special, and I've just kind of watched them grow. And
Yeah.
I can't honestly say I understood all of that, but they're really great people to work with. So I think that has something to do with it. But I also, every time I talk to you, you have a great story. So I wanted you to also bring your other really big famous client up, which is the Be Kind to Everyone family. I don't know their last name, but and I don't know if it matters.
It's the Moores.
Okay.
They're fantastic. So this is about 3 years ago, we were working with Jackie Moore, the mom, and she worked for Taka out in California for talking about curing autism. And great client, loved working with her. We made t-shirts for their events. They put on not necessarily a show, but like a conference every year. And we helped her with that. And her daughter, Jordan, at the time, who has autism, was getting to the age in school where you're going to age out of school. And she said, I don't want my daughter just to be online or on a phone, on Facebook, on YouTube, just looking at YouTube all day, not being a productive member of society. So I've got to do something about it. So she asked me one day, she said, hey, I'm thinking about selling a t-shirt for her. I made a design. I'm going to put it on my Facebook and see if some people might be interested in buying it. My friends, maybe could we do like 24? And it was a 5-color design. I said, that's really good. I think it's awesome. Great idea. But you had to do, our minimum for that is going to be 72 pieces because of the number of colors in the print design. And so she was concerned, said, I don't know if we can sell 72. I said, this was on a Friday. I said, before the weekend, just let's give it the weekend, find out what's going to do, and then you can decide next week, and we'll see. Hopefully we can help you out. Puts it on her Facebook page, her personal Facebook page, and she gets a way better response than she was expecting. So she calls me over the weekend and says, hey, what's the next price break after 72? I said, oh, it must have gone good. Good. It's 144 and then 250. And she goes, okay, well, what about above 250? I said, okay.
Good question.
Good question. We can definitely do more. So I gave her price breaks at 500 and 1,000. So after that first weekend, she ended up placing her first order, and it actually ended up being for 1,000 pieces. Fast forward 3 years, they're crushing it, and she's now placing orders of many more thousands than that every day, or not every day. That would be awesome. Hopefully this year. But she's placing bigger orders, and it's awesome to see it grow. But when she started and she told me why she wanted to do it, and why I think she's so successful is she wants to make it's all about Jordan. So she went from Jordan not wanting to be watching YouTube and Facebook to her being a Facebook and YouTube star. She's got over 220,000 Facebook followers. She's got over 1 million TikTok followers. Instagram, I think she's approaching 1 million. So she's now become the influencer. She's gotten gift baskets and presents from the Kansas City Chiefs and like Patrick Mahomes, which is super cool. Pepsi companies reached out to her. Mellow Mushroom was really big with her. And it's just awesome to see her growth. When I first met her to where she is now, it's unbelievable. She can fold t-shirts faster than I can fold them, which is super cool. And Jackie's done an awesome job creating an environment for Jordan to succeed. She's an equal at their business, which is huge. And she has that great, I guess, what would you call? She has that great culture there to where she's included. And that's what she always wants it to be, is that Jordan's included. She can package. And
she has her own skills she brings to the table, which they appreciate. Yeah.
And even the skills that she didn't have, she's working on, and she's gotten way better at them, can do the same skills as the folks without autism. And that's what's so awesome to see. And then she's an inspiration for all her followers to see that their kid can do more, to see the ability instead of the disability.
Yeah. And all that great merchandise that she's wearing is produced right here in the Atlanta area.
Right. Yeah. Right up here in Cumming. And it was awesome when we first started is she already knew the idea that when you sell nicer items, you get better results. So she started out with a great quality t-shirt, and on all of her platforms, when you see someone who's received their t-shirt super fast, they say, the quality of this is so nice. I've never had such a nice t-shirt.
Wow. David Marsden is with us, folks. He is, along with his brother Chris, is co-owner of Advanced Merch. So that's a great story. And obviously, though, you support her very well for her to be able to grow that rapidly. Talk about what you're able to do for your clients that are looking for that kind of growth, hopefully.
It's kind of you. I mean, as best we can, we support her. Mm-hmm. I mean, she crushes it on her own, with or without us.
Yeah.
Because she's made a connection with her customers, which is awesome. And that's what it takes for anybody starting a brand. You have to fully live it. You've got to be fully involved and live it every single day.
But you've helped with her backstory.
We help with the backstory, which is nice. And our expertise in the physical garments and helping her to say, hey, these are what's popular, these are what are going to sell well, has been helpful. And then just like design wise, or not necessarily coaching, but to give her the confidence that she can sell even more. Like, she might come out with a new shirt and think, hey, I can only sell a certain number of these. And I might push her to the next level and say, if you give it the opportunity and really push it and really believe in yourself, I think you can sell more than what you think you can sell. And then, so doing things like that, and then also just helping with new ideas to say, a lot of their followers are in the teaching profession, to say, hey, have you thought about doing an outerwear piece? Because generally at school, it's freezing cold, even in the summer or the winter with the air. And then you've opened up a new product line for her. So things like that, just talking through it and being a bouncing board for ideas has been super helpful.
So it sounds like you've got a special niche that you've developed in working with nonprofits and influencer type businesses. Those are two different things there, but sounds like you've developed a special expertise there.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely really good at it, and I think what happens is when you have a certain client base, they tell their other friends. So right now we're in that influencer base, and we're trying to get more of that influencer base because they know we're going to do a great job for them.
Well, I think from the outside looking in too, the Marsdens don't look at their customers as a T-shirt order or a coat order. You look at them as people and businesses, and you're just always thinking about how you can help build their brand and how the products can help them achieve. And I think that's why people stay with you, and how you've had a small business and you've watched it grow. And both of these are small businesses that have grown. And I think you have just been able to connect with them and then share those experiences as well.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's the old adage, is always true, is you want to treat others the way you want to be treated. And when you treat their business like your business, you naturally want to see it grow, and that's going to make your business grow. And then everybody, it's a win-win. So you really just being honest and fair and open. It just opens the doors for new relationships and new clients.
Terrific. So let's talk a little bit about, I guess you've hit it on with both of these client examples, just the power of social media to build your business and what you've seen in these examples and others.
The social media it's wild what can happen very quickly. And you have to have a following or a customer base in order for it to grow. You can't just have a great idea and follow whatever is happening at the time, because if you don't have a connection with your clients, they don't have a connection to you, and that's lost. You could, I don't know what's like a super popular t-shirt right now. Someone might come out with it that just says, be cool. And it might be popular everywhere and everyone's trying to sell it. But if you don't have a connection to your clients, there's no reason for them to purchase. You have to give them a reason to purchase from you. You got to have that connection.
Got it. And let's talk about simplicity and complexity in design. That's one of the things that you talk about, is that simple is better.
Exactly. Simple is way better. And especially other small business owners, they just sometimes don't get it. When you look at the super large, super successful companies, it makes it blatantly clear. When you look at UPS, what color are they?
Brown.
They're brown. When you look at Home Depot, what color is it? It's orange. Mm-hmm. Coca-Cola is red. It's one color. And it's simple, and it's easy to change from being a one color red logo on white items to a one color white logo on red items. But where we see a lot of small businesses are so focused on what their logo looks like or what their brand's going to look like, and it's got to have 100 colors on it. You don't need it. You just need to be simple, and you have to make that connection with your clients and give them a reason to purchase what you're trying to sell. Or if you're a company, give them a reason to say it's easy to read and easy to see. It doesn't have to be rocket science. You don't have to have a specific, we're an off lime green. It's hard to get that, number one. And then when you're trying to get garments and other promotional items, they don't come in off lime green. But every item that we sell comes in orange, and every item we come sells in red and black, all your basic colors. So that's why the more simple you can keep it, the better it's going to be.
Makes sense to me. David Marsden, folks, with Advanced Merch. So, David, let's talk about what nobody wants to talk about. You don't, I don't, Donna doesn't, but supply chain issues, they're affecting all of us in some form or fashion. How is that affecting your business?
Oh, it affects our business every single day. 2 years ago, I could very easily order from one supplier by 2:00, ship out that same day, and it'd be on my doorstep the next morning via UPS. Today, that doesn't exist. Today, I'm ordering probably from 8 to 10 suppliers from probably 10 to 20 warehouses throughout the U.S. It may or may not ship that day. It may or may not ship in 3 to 5 days. And then once UPS gets it, they're taking longer to deliver it. So everything is pushed back. So it's super important for us to give realistic expectations to our clients to say, this is going to take longer than our normal 7 to 10 business days. We're now looking at 12 to 14 business days. And that's if we can get the inventory. I mean, it's so up and down right now that I can quote a client to have 150 or 200 t-shirts, and with our business, we require approval and payment up front. And if you don't approve and pay right away, those 200 t-shirts that I told you were available an hour ago may not be available. And we've never experienced that before. So when you know you want something, you've got to get it. And if you don't get it, it sounds like a pushy sales tactic. It's not, because it won't be there. And with the supply chain issues, it's not like it's going to be restocked in a month or 2 months like it normally is. Now you're looking at 6 months to 8 months. So when you're really looking for something, you've got to commit to it. And if stock's not available and you don't want a similar alternative, you got to be willing to wait for stock as well. One of our most popular items is a Richardson brand cap, and they're probably on an 8 to 10 month lead time right now. And you can wait. You need to place your order, get a back order, and get in line, because if you don't place that order, then and you want to wait till the stock comes in, that stock, let's say it's 50,000 hats, comes in, it's going to be all spoken for. So you're not going to get any of those hats, and you're going to go on the next back order list that's another 3 to 6 months out. So you've got to make decisions, and you've got to make them quickly today.
So the pandemic generally, how's the pandemic affected your business?
The pandemic hasn't affected it too much, other than changing some of the direction that we have. Mainly, we've really gotten into the fulfillment side of the business, where everyone's at home now. And so instead of sending 50 shirts to a corporate office for them to hand out at their annual meeting, we're now sending 50 separate packages to 50 separate employees at 50 separate homes. So that's been probably the largest change for us with the pandemic. And then also accumulating stock. As we see our popular items not being available, we're now stocking blanks that we would not have normally stocked in the past.
Gotcha. So you've had significant growth over time. Donna talked about how she was there and helpful to you at the very beginning. But talk about Frazier and Dieter's role in your growth and what Frazier and Dieter has done for you over this time to get you to where you, to help get you to where you are.
Oh, Donna's been huge. I don't think we'd be where we are without her. Like when we first started talking, we have to learn everything. I'd never had my own business before. I didn't know we had to pay sales tax every month.
Saw some creative accounting in that QuickBooks too.
Yeah, we got creative accounting in QuickBooks.
Now I want to hire him for QuickBooks, but
really?
He's too busy.
Okay.
I mean, the QuickBook questions, I mean, just like with our own clients, tons of questions just to have as an advisor to say, hey, how do I do this? What this customer wants X, and how would you approach this type of thing has been super helpful. And then as we've grown larger on how to account for our growth, luckily we've had control growth, which is awesome. We probably average 10 to 12% growth a year, which is manageable and great. And Donna's helped to help limit our tax burden. And when we get new employees and new ways just to look at things, like when we got to a point that we grew enough that we could offer a 401k, she helped guide to say, this is what you need to be doing next. So she's always been there for like that next step of our growth, which has been invaluable. Thanks, Donna.
Thank you. That's so sweet.
Go Donna. That's awesome. Great work. Well, you mentioned 401k, and we were talking off the air before as we were getting ready for the show about the longevity of your employees and what you attribute that to, and how that's an asset, not just for the company, but for your customers.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, to have the same employees running the machines and you're talking to the same person all the time has been huge. And like I was telling you before, is having that benefit, a 401k, is a great option that folks just don't realize. You get the compounding growth. As a company, we commit 3.5% of everyone's salary, whether they participate or not, into the 401k. And when you've been there for 5 years and you accumulate that, you just don't realize it. And then once you can show your employees that, hey, in addition to us paying you every day, we also set this aside for you. When you don't see it every day, they don't realize it. But once you show them, they're like, wow, they do really care about me, and they're helping me for when I don't work. And that's been a huge thing for us.
I think too, so many people that, aren't just making zillions of dollars don't understand the need for retirement, and for the advanced merch providing this to their employees is just immeasurable, because most people, especially when they're trying to, make it from paycheck to paycheck, saving for retirement is really tough. And this benefit is just something that I don't think they appreciate till they have it or they leave, and then they go, what's this money for? I never gave you this money. So I also, just another little example of, I know you probably do this a ton of times, but they've had one employee that had a few little issues with the IRS, and David cares enough that he asked me to get involved and help. They didn't have the experience to do it. And I think that's the reason why you've got somebody that wants to stay at Advanced Merch, because not only do you treat your customers like you want to be treated, you treat your employees like you want to be treated. That's why I love this company.
That's awesome. What a great story. Well, congratulations on your success, David, you and your brother. We won't tell him how much credit you took off the air for the success. We're just kidding, Chris.
We miss you, Chris.
Yeah, we miss you out there, pal. But no, this is what a great story, and congratulations on your success. And Donna, your role as advisor to the company and shepherding them along the way.
It's just been easy with them, really easy.
No, it's an awesome partnership. We're definitely thankful for Donna.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, as we've got to get to the most important question, which is for those that have heard something that makes them want to be in touch, for somebody that needs the advice necessary to sell scads of T-shirts they want to sell, that you can help them with, tell them how they can be in touch with you.
Yeah, definitely. So you can find us online at advancedmerch.com. And then from there, you'll be able to get to our Facebook page and our Twitter and Instagram and all our social media accounts. And we look forward to working with you.
David Marsden, folks, with Advanced Merch. David, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Yeah. Hey, folks, just a quick reminder, this show is brought to you again by Frazier & Dieter. Frazier & Dieter is one of the largest and fastest growing accounting and advisory firms in the United States. And they've won some awards along the way. Best of the best, best firm for women, fastest growing, best firm to work for, practice innovation, most admired. You get the picture. They think it's because every day they focus on their brand promise of investing in relationships to make a difference. And I think you've heard some of that today. If you want more information, go to FrazierDieter.com. Donna, what a great story. What a great guest.
Thank you. It's been easy to bring David along.
Yeah.
That with a few cookies.
Bribery always helps, right? I love it. I love it. Well, this has been great, and I look forward to next month's show, another great story brought to you by Frazier & Dieter. Donna, thank you again.
Looking forward to it. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And, folks, I'm John Ray. Join us again next time for another edition of Frazier & Dieter's Business Beat.